Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Irby?
Here.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Here.
Councilmember O'Mara?
Here.
Councilmember Dolan?
Here.
Councilmember Stanger?
Here.
Councilmember Quinn?
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Okay. Approval of the journal.
I move for the approval of the journal of the meeting of November 26, 2013.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I'm sorry, any opposed? Motion carries. The journal is approved. We have no bid openings this evening, so we'll move to communications.
Madam Chair, there are no tax compromises or zoning matters this evening, so we'll move to road and bridge matters. Under road and bridge matters, item number 1, 7th District.
Receive, file, and street be accepted for maintenance as requested.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Moving on to other communications, item number 1.
Receive, file, and the county council will be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county council will be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 3, 5th District.
Same motion.
So ordered.
Item number 4.
Same motion through item number 8, and that will be the order.
Item number 9, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county council will be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Wellston. Same motion through item number 10, and that will be the order.
Item number 11.
Receive, file, and the matter be held on the order of business and referred to the council as a committee of the whole, and that will be the order.
Item number 12.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 13.
Receive, file, and the reappointments be approved as requested. Same motion through item number 15.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 16.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order. Do you have any add-ons?
No, ma'am.
The county executive is not here, so we'll move to, there are no special reports,
No, ma'am.
special committees. We move to the public forum. We have 10 speakers tonight. I'd like to remind you that your comments should be 3 minutes. We'll give you an indication of when your time is up. Our first speaker is Martin Payan.
Sorry.
Give them to me, Mr. Pine.
Mr. Payan.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I couldn't remember to give them.
Okay.
Let's see, it's too low.
So, Mr. Chairman, council members, and
Thanks, Bill.
county executive,
Thank you. That's better. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I oppose, thank you.
still
I
can't
oppose
see.
substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 238, also known as Complete Streets. I've been using a bicycle for transportation for the past 43 years. The last 16 years teaching hundreds of adults and some children bike education as a certified League of American Bicyclists cycling instructor. I've learned that roads work well for cyclists who acquire the basic skills and knowledge to drive cooperatively with motorists, and it's not difficult, dangerous, or time-consuming. Complete Streets has laudable goals, but is tarnished by its embrace of junk science. And that junk science really does kill people, a lot of people. John Schubert, an experienced cyclist and technical editor of Adventure Cycling, just emailed me that many car-bike collisions causing cyclist fatalities due to bike facilities go unreported, both here and in Europe. He mentioned that Copenhagen, Denmark, has had 7 so far in 2013. Portland has had 3, Minneapolis 2, and so on. Bike lanes may attract novice cyclists whose main fear is being hit from behind by a faster motorist. However, bike lanes actually increase the likelihood of a car-bike collision, which occurs primarily at intersections. A leading cause is a right hook, when a tractor-trailer passes a slower cyclist riding near the curb and turns right across his or her path. In contrast, last June, Ferguson repealed its so-called far-to-the-right language, which was modeled after Missouri's law requiring a cyclist to generally stay as far right as safe. Ferguson now allows a cyclist to optionally control the curb lane. This works well. Finally, what about Paraquat, which supports the bill because it addresses disability issues? The Federal Americans with Disabilities Act already requires significant accommodations for disabled persons, but a local ordinance may well help. So I support that effort. However, it should be dealt with separately. And that probably only took me about 2 minutes, thanks to my wife cutting out about a third of it earlier this evening. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bryan. Nick Kassoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am an avid cyclist, a motorist, and a taxpayer and resident of North St. Louis County. The Complete Streets Ordinance would make things worse for me in every aspect of that. I use my bike for both transportation and recreation. I do almost all of my grocery shopping and other errands by bike. I also frequently ride to clients, some as far as a 60-mile round trip from my home in Ferguson, and I ride for fitness and recreation as well. I know how to ride safely and comfortably on any street, and contrary to what you've been told, the safest place for me to ride is a busy 4-lane arterial road which I share safely and without conflict with cars every day. I go too far and I go too fast to use a bike lane safely. Now, as a motorist, I'm against complete streets because it takes lanes away from cars and makes traffic worse. Why create traffic jams for thousands of cars in order to reserve space for a handful of bicycles? Leave the highway department free to do what they do best, creating and maintaining roads to efficiently handle traffic. And those of us who want to ride bicycles long distance on those roads will learn how to do it properly. As a St. Louis County taxpayer, I want to see our money used efficiently. A couple of years ago, Executive Dooley proposed the sell-off of county parks in order to meet our basic budgetary needs. Grants Trail, Creve Coeur Lake, and Spanish Lake are some of the most popular destinations for the very walking and bicycling that Complete Streets is supposed to support. They're county parks, and an expensive Complete Streets program would push our county millions of dollars closer to another financial crisis that could put these parks and trails in jeopardy. Now, it's great to see more people interested in cycling, but let's be clear about this. The Sunday afternoon rider is going to pedal around his neighborhood or put her bike in the minivan and go to Grants Trail or Creve Coeur Lake. It's great that we have these amenities available for those who want to get some exercise and enjoy the outdoors, and I've used them myself. But let's not pretend that the family riding a few miles on Grants Trail would rather be out on Union Road. Let's not think that people who are riding around Creve Coeur Lake would rather be riding down Dorset Road. It just ain't so. By voting against Complete Streets, you can keep county roads friendly for everybody who uses them. The hundreds of thousands of motorists like myself who want roads to handle as much traffic as possible and who need all the lanes that we've got available in the right-of-way, and long-distance cyclists like myself who want to be able to use the roads. That's why I'm here today, and that's why I'm asking you to vote no on Complete Streets.
Thank you. Karen Carabo.
My name's Karen Carabell. I live in the city. I rode my bicycle here. It was easy. And imagine not a complete street on the route. I teach safe traffic cycling. This is not an oxymoron. In the 2 years that we've offered Cycling Savvy in St. Louis, we've trained more than 100 people how to ride anywhere safely, courteously, and with ease. I wish I could report to you that we've trained 10,000 cyclists to do so. I would love for our roads to be filled with educated and confident cyclists. So you might think I'd be all over complete streets. No. Complete streets sounds like a great idea on paper, and I do support the pedestrian components. But for bicyclists, complete streets is not a good idea. Why? For one thing, channelizing drivers by vehicle type does not work. I bet each of you is a motorist. I bet each of you would be quite happy to have cyclists out of the way in their own space on the road, and cyclists in complete streets, mandated facilities, are out of the way until they're not. You've probably heard of doorings and right hooks. They're becoming common parts of our lexicons, of our common lexicon, and as streets are being completed, this is another thing that we're hearing from motorists. I didn't see her. And her would be the cyclist who the motorist just hit. And you know what? The motorist probably did not see her because bike lanes and cycle tracks hide cyclists in places where motorists do not see them. So, in the name of a misguided zeal to complete our streets, we now get to witness totally preventable injuries and sometimes even death, totally preventable. Complete streets, as Nick mentioned, will also reduce capacity for motorists. Do you really want to do that? Do you really want the St. Louis County Director of Highways and Traffic to field the same calls now being heard by the city's Director of Streets? At an event last month to take bicycling to the next level, the city's Director of Streets said this, quote, "Every happy biker generates a dozen pissed off motorists." St. Louis County does not need that. No community does, especially now that we know how to teach regular people how to safely ride as a normal part of traffic. Bike lanes and attempts at segregation, that's what it is, it's attempts at segregation. They give us more vitriol, more animosity.
Please wrap up.
We can do better in St. Louis. There is plenty of room on our roads for everyone until we start mucking them up with mandates. Thank you.
Thank you. Stephen Baker.
I'm here to speak on the Complete Streets policy. On its surface, the Complete Streets sounds like a wonderful idea. Streets that are planned, designed, operated, and maintained in a context-sensitive manner to enable low-stress, safe, and comfortable access to all users, in that pedestrians, bicyclists, motorists, and public transportation users of all ages and abilities are able to move safely and comfortably along and across a street. I am all for safety and comfort, but this lofty goal comes at an expense. Every update to a street, private road, or business will require design work according to the Complete Streets policy. This will in turn delay the resurfacing of degraded roads and increase the cost to the state, the county, cities, private road owners, and businesses for maintaining the existing infrastructure. It will also increase the cost to new infrastructure. No estimates have been made for the costs that will be incurred by the Missouri Department of Transportation, the County Streets Department, the City Streets Departments, or the multitude of private road owners and business owners that are impacted by this regulation, requiring design and implementation of specific constructs to meet the goals of the Complete Streets policy. Neither were these estimates for the costs included to increase the roadway easements necessary to implement the bike lanes and sidewalks mandated by this policy. The unknown financial burden of this bill should be unsettling to every one of you in this county, every one of you council members, and for this reason alone, you should not pass the bill. The Complete Streets policy also explicitly grants power to organizations whose stated objectives include increasing lane miles for specific modes of transportation, sometimes at the expense of other modes. Believing that dedicated infrastructure can be equated to safety. There are no studies that show that dedicated infrastructure results in fewer accidents and deaths for bicycles. Those interest groups seek to institutionalize their ideas with the transportation system without regard for cost, safety, or applicability to its users. In the last city council meeting, you heard from representatives of some of these organizations. They have vested interests in codifying their power. This codification of power does not serve all the users of the transportation system equitably. And this is another reason why the Complete Streets policy should not be passed. There are competing organizations that believe that the creation of dedicated lane miles for specific road users is a safety hazard, which will lead to increased injuries and deaths. You will hear from some of them, you've heard from some of them tonight. The disagreement between these organizations
That's 3 minutes, Madam Chair.
is what constitutes safety, raise ambiguity within the Complete Streets policy. I hope you'll take the time tonight and vote against that policy. Thank you.
Jean Hutchins. And after Jean is Tom Sullivan.
Good evening. My name is Gene Hutchins. I live in Afton, 9447 Radio Drive. I'm opposed to the Complete Streets proposal for the following reasons. People can ride their bicycles on the streets as it is. They don't need a special lane. They don't need a special accommodation. If anything, they should follow traffic laws. That is, stop at stoplights, stop at stop signs, make signals to turn. They ought to have safety equipment that they wear, like reflective clothing, so you don't run into them. I think it's a waste of time, a waste of money. The estimation that I'm hearing is for 15% of the streets to be upgraded for this is $1.5 million. If you go 85 to do it for the entire county, it's an enormous amount of money. How are you going to finance it? A bond issue? The county's bond rating has been downgraded. It's just a waste of time and money. Thank you.
Thank you. Thompson. Jennifer Bird is next.
Madam Chair and members of the council, I want to again state my opposition to County Executive Charlie Dooley's nomination of Robert Baer to the St. Louis County Police Board. I think it's a slap in the face to every St. Louis County police officer. One thing that has not been mentioned much about Mr. Baer is that he has already been on the city's police board. In a letter to the editor, this is what a former lieutenant in the St. Louis Police Department had to say about Bob Baer when he was appointed to the MSD board. The chairman of the MSD board, Mr. Robert Baer, was a former appointment to the St. Louis City Police Board where he threw the whole department into disarray by closing neighborhood police stations, bringing extreme criticism from citizens. He spent millions of dollars on fewer new stations and has completely ignored what the people in the city wanted. They still have not recovered the services they had before that boondoggle. I worked in many of those former stations and they could have been upgraded for a lot less than what he spent on the new ones. The rank and file's opinion was not asked. Mr. Baer had no experience in law enforcement, and rather than seeking the advice of many officers who do the job, he wanted to impose his will on the people of the city and the department because he could. That sounds like Bob Baer playing his favorite role as the little dictator. He didn't care what the police officers or the residents of St. Louis wanted, but it didn't bother him. He just picked up and moved to Sunset Hills. St. Louis Police Department has also been notorious for political interference in the department, especially with promotions, and that would certainly happen in the county with Bob Baer on the board. I will again say that Bob Baer would be a terrible person to put on the police board. With 1 million people living in St. Louis County, Mr. Dooley could have made a far better choice. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Tom.
Jennifer Burton. After Jennifer is Patricia Smith, Patricia Ann Smith.
Thank you for taking my comments. I happen to agree with Mr. Sullivan that Bob Baer is not a good choice, but I'm here to speak against complete streets. So I'm hoping that you all will be sensible and vote no on the complete streets. This council apparently is under the impression that no one has been opposing the complete streets. That's not true. There have been a number of people with whom I've been working that have opposed this all along. This is all part of the St. Louis Sustainability Plan. If you haven't read the St. Louis Sustainability Plan, I certainly urge you to do so, because if you're going to be making decisions for the rest of us, they ought to be informed. I would like to start with last week on the 26th of November, Post-Dispatch published an article where you put this bill on hold, but the Highway Department estimates that it will cost $300 million to cover just 15% of the county in the Complete Streets program. Now, that's almost $1.5 billion, $1.5 billion with a B. That is way too much money. I mean, I think it's a complete waste of money. And I think it's pretty audacious to do so, because we're all in financial dire straits here, and didn't our credit rating just get downgraded? So how we can spend that money on this is ridiculous. But I'm going to talk a little bit about complete streets as they pertain to St. Louis Sustainability Plan on page 141. It says, consider establishing no-car zones and GHG tracking systems over drivers. So, and also getting rid of small engine lawn equipment. Page 148 suggests organizing pedestrian-oriented walks for street closures. That will only further frustrate drivers and slow traffic. Page 160 suggests increasing parking rates. Page 161, consider specific gas and parking taxes and interstate tolls to generate revenue. How about cutting expenses and waste? Same way we have to do at home when we're faced with financial hard times. It also suggests providing incentives for employers that reduce parking for employees. This is a plan against the very people you're supposed to be representing. Page 162 suggests using complete streets, this is a quote, complete streets for roundabouts, narrower streets, and small corners to slow cars down. Again, you're only going to frustrate drivers, and then you put bicyclists at risk as well. It also says to create a shared vehicle program that people will rely on, non-car transportation. Complete streets really has little to do with streets. It has more to do with control and slowing traffic, as far as I can see. Page 162 says to ensure a certain percentage of affordable housing as a prerequisite for TIFs. Ask the Oakville residents how they feel about affordable housing. Page 169 tells you to establish regular maintenance to be done by volunteers.
Please wrap up.
I'm wrapping it up. Okay. Page 75, use zoning and land use to facilitate live workplaces. We're not China. This is a free market, so let's have free market behavior. It also suggests justify a location for new transit. In short, complete streets or incomplete streets, they slow traffic, frustrate drivers, put bicyclists in danger, and cost a lot of money. So I'm asking you to be sensible and vote no. Thank you.
Thank you. Jen Smith. Beth Johnston is after Patricia.
Tonight I'm here to ask you not to vote in favor of PC 23, 24, and 25, 13, and PCs 30 and 31, 13 for both runoff, flooding, and environmental impact reasons. Okay? Excerpts from two of my poems, A Natural Selection 2. Over the millennia, we who were to be the protectors, the tenders of flock, field, and forest, inadvertently became the assassins and murderers of fellow flora and fauna. As canaries in caverns deep below surface, their deaths and impairments became signs of the danger. Yet sadly, even after awareness dawned, some abuses continued, decade after decade. Our past poisons and pollutants descended upon the earth, or were buried underground and beneath the seas. Others exploded above and upon the earth, exfoliating forests, blasting and burning both homes and habitats, causing catastrophic changes to what had developed, survived, and existed after eons of birth and evolution. And in 2, selfish, self-centered centuries, often ignorant of the consequences of our actions. We became the perpetrators of the death or deterioration of so many of our planet's species. Finally, shocked by the devastation into sensitivity and sensibility, we accepted the responsibility for our crimes, not only against humanity, against our sisters and brothers of other species. Now we spent billions in reparation, cleaning the chemical filth and contamination of centuries from air, sea, stream, and shore, hoping to make our earth safe once more. And I can only pray that we will forever understand and say, we have learned this lesson well. Excerpts from Brazil 2000. Please protect the forests and species now while you may. Protect them quickly. Protect them for posterity. Don't allow the mower to reap it, or that species may no longer be. Don't let it be said that you could have saved it. Please restore the forests now while you may. Restore them quickly. Restore them for posterity, for their future surely and ultimately depends upon you and me. Please tell me you said you want to save them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's about it. I did send you 2 big packets. Please look, before you vote on these, read those packets very carefully. All right, I appreciate it very much that you're serving the county. Thank you.
Thank you. After Beth Johnson, and after Beth is Martha Bishop.
Good evening, I'm Beth Johnston. I'm an administrator for Lindbergh Schools, and I'm here to talk to you about the 2 amendments that are being proposed to the St. Louis County zoning ordinance for special event permits and signage to exempt public schools from having to pay fees to fund fundraisers that benefit student organizations. I wanted to first thank all of you for considering the changes to this ordinance. I spoke last month at the Planning Commission, and along with some of our parents, we had a teacher here and there was a pastor from a local church to just talk about how this would affect our student organizations. And we've been very encouraged by the Planning Commission's recommendation to you, the council. We've also received support from Councilman Dolan's office and through a meeting that we had that was sponsored by the county executive for superintendents and administrators from various school districts. So we really appreciate your consideration of this. For many of our student groups, special events and fundraisers are really the only way that they can generate money for their equipment, their trips, other expenses, and things that are important to them. So the current ordinance requires these children to pay $79 for a special event permit for a fundraiser, in addition to $32 for temporary signage. This effectively makes the entire fundraiser ineffective for these kids because most fundraisers just benefit. They just bring in a couple of $100s, and it's important to the kids that they are able to keep all of that funding. As we all know, also, student organization fundraisers save our taxpayers money because every uniform, out-of-town trip, transportation that comes from a fundraiser is another dollar that does not come from the school district, which does not come from the taxpayers. So it's in all of our best interests. So we know that our public schools at Lindbergh thrive because of strong community support. We're really proud to be the #1 school district in Missouri for academic achievement for 4 years in a row. And we know that comes from strong community support and strong business support. My fear is that if our taxpayers knew that $100 of their money that's coming in through the car washes and in through the chili cook-offs and things like that were going to a permit for the St. Louis County, they would no longer be giving as generously as they do. So in closing, thank you very much for considering these ordinance changes, which I know would benefit thousands of students, not only at Lindbergh, but in all of our county school districts. So please show your support for this and advocate for our children by approving these zoning amendments. Thank you.
Martha?
Hi, my name is Martha Duchild, and I am a member of the Lindbergh School District String Orchestra Development Association. And I'd like to thank the council for giving me the opportunity to speak and the Planning Commission for its timely efforts in finding a solution to the special events and signs and permitting issue. The proposed zoning ordinance amendment under consideration formalizes what the county has practiced informally for the past 40-plus years and is a sensible compromise that meets both county and school district needs. Many of the district's parent groups are registered with the state as 501c3 organizations. We are in the business of reinvesting the funds we raise back into the district to benefit students. When the community supports our fundraisers, they do so knowing that every single penny is committed to students. We cannot make this claim if some of our funds must be used to pay county sign and permitting fees. The county permitting fees in their current state are like an event tax. And in the case of the district's parent groups, these taxes are being imposed on charitable organizations. Without passage of this amendment, our parent groups would start each fundraiser at over a $100 deficit. For small groups such as ours, whose fundraisers sometimes gross a little more than that amount, this is a substantial burden. But more than that, the fees take money away from our students. That $100 buys replacement strings or equipment repairs or sheet music or music stands or scholarships for needy students. The list goes on. Our organization exists solely to fill the strings department needs that the school budget cannot meet. That the Lindbergh School District has had a #1 state ranking in academics for the past 4 years is a testament to the district's efforts and the support it gets from the community. Please vote yes on the Special Events and Signs Amendment and allow our parent support groups to continue the work they do to ensure that the Lindbergh School District remains an asset to St. Louis County. Thank you.
Thank you. That will conclude the public forum. We'll move on to introduction of bills. Bill number 299, introduced by Councilmember Erby for Burkett, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with Gateway Sports League, Inc. for lease of athletic fields at Creveport Park. Bill number 300, introduced by Councilmember Erby for Councilmember Burkett, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with Security Microimaging Corporation for software configuration and support for Department of Administration scanning hardware. Bill number 301, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara, an ordinance amending ordinance number 9878 is amended by repealing and reenacting Section 2 pertaining to PC 71-80, Joseph P. Afshari and Charlotte P. Afshari. Bill number 302, introduced by Councilmember Erby for Burkett, an ordinance amending Chapter 1003, Title 10, St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended zoning ordinance by repealing and reenacting sections 1003.167 and 1003.168 pertaining to outdoor sales events for churches, schools, and other not-for-profit organizations, PC 09-13, St. Louis County Planning Commission. Bill number 303, introduced by Councilmember Stanger, an ordinance amending the St. Louis County zoning ordinance and district maps by changing the boundaries of the XD Mixed-Use Development District and the R5 Residence District as provided herein. PC 23-13, St. Louis County Library District. Bill number 304, introduced by Councilmember Stanger, an ordinance denying the request of the St. Louis County Planning Commission to change the boundaries of the R2 Residence District, the FPR2 Floodplain Residence District, the NU Non-Urban District, and the FPNU Floodplain Non-Urban District, PC 35-13, St. Louis County Planning Commission. Bill number 305, introduced by Councilmember Stanger, an ordinance authorizing and giving preliminary approval to a planned environment unit development of a tract of land located in the R2 Residence District and the FPR2 Floodplain Residence District, subject to conditions, and repealing ordinance number 22,182, PC 36-13, Pinnacle Land Development, LLC. Madam Chair, that's all the bills. On perfection of bills. Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Hold, please.
Bill number 8 is held. Bill number 234, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
Please hold.
Bill number 234 is held. Bill number 270, introduced by Councilmember Burkett. I move for perfection of bill number 270.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 270 is perfected. Bill number 271, introduced by Councilmember Burkett. I move for perfection of bill number 271.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 271 is perfected. Bill number 272, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
I move to perfect Bill number 272.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 272 is perfected. Bill number 273, introduced by Councilmember Burkett. I move for perfection of Bill number 273.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 273 is perfected. Bill number 274, introduced by Councilmember Burkett. I move for perfection of Bill number 274.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 274 is perfected. Bill number 275, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
I move to perfect Bill number 275.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 275 is perfected. Bill number 276, introduced by Councilmember Burkett. I move for perfection of Bill. What? Oh, is that one?
Excuse me.
That's one of the budget bills.
Okay, I move to hold 276 through 298.
Second.
Okay, we'll hold those bills, those are bills. Bill number 276 through 298 are related to the budget for the fiscal year 2014. Bills will be held. Yeah, I don't think so. We don't have to vote on that, do we? Okay, so. 298. Hold on, let me catch up. All the way to the back. Okay, final passage of bills. Bill number 181, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
Hold, please.
Bill number 181 is held. Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 238, introduced by Councilmembers Dolan, Stanger, and Irby.
Please hold.
Bill number 238 is held. Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 238 is held. Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 244, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
I'd like to take it up, substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 244 for final passage.
Roll call.
Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, did anybody second?
Second.
You second? Okay. Roll
Councilmember
call.
Irby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger? Aye. Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 244, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent. Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 244 is finally passed. Bill number 258, introduced by Councilmember Burkett. I move for final passage of Bill number 258.
Second.
Roll call. Councilmember Irby? Aye. Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 258, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent. Bill number 258 is finally passed. Bill number 259, introduced by Councilmember Burkett. I move for final passage of Bill number 259.
Second.
Roll call. Councilmember Irby? Aye. Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 259, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent. Bill number 259 is finally passed. Bill number 260, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I'd like to take it up. I move final passage of Bill number 260.
Second.
Roll call. Councilmember Irby? Aye. Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 260, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent. Bill number 260 is finally passed. Bill number 261, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I'd like to take it up. I move final passage of Bill number 261.
Second.
Roll call. Councilmember Irby? Aye. Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger? Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 261, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent. Bill number 261 is finally passed. Bill number 262, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I'd like to take it up. I move final passage of Bill number 262.
Second.
Roll call. Councilmember Irby? Aye. Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 262, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent. Bill number 262 is finally passed. Bill number 263, introduced by Councilmember Irby. I move for final passage of Bill number 263.
Second.
Roll call. Councilmember Irby? Aye. Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 263, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 263 is finally passed.
Bill number 264, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
I move for final passage of Bill number 264.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 264, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 264 is finally passed.
Bill number 265, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
I move for final passage of Bill number 265.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 265, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 265 is finally passed.
Bill number 266, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
I move for final passage of Bill number 266.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 266, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 266 is finally passed.
Bill number 267, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I'd like to take it up. I move final passage of bill number 267.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 267, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 267 is finally passed.
Bill number 268, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for final passage of Bill number 268.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 268, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 268 is finally passed.
Bill number 269, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
I move for final passage of Bill number 269.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 269, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 269 is finally passed.
Moving on to resolutions, Madam Chair, we have 2 this evening. Resolution number 1, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for adoption of resolutions number 1 and 2.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolutions 1 and 2, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Resolutions number 1 and 2 are adopted.
Moving on to unfinished business, Madam Chair. Item 1, second district.
Hold, did she want this?
She wished to
one
hold.
held? Okay. Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, second district.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 3.
Hold on the order of business. Same motion for item number 4, and that will be the order.
And moving on to new business, Madam Chair, we have 2 prepared orders.
I move for adoption of orders 1 and 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Orders number 1 and 2 are adopted.
Move adjourned.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Not opposed to that.
Thank you.